The Environment Agency is also warning of rising water in the Somerset levels, and there are flood fears in Worcester. Earlier, the Communities Secretary said ministers may have relied too much on the agency's advice and it had been a mistake not to dredge the levels. But the agency said its immediate priority was to protect people. 2 severe flood warnings remain in place in Somerset. The Prime Minister, who chaired a meeting of the government's Cobra Emergency Committee, tweeted, "With more flooding underway, I made sure every resource is available to help." Communities Secretary Eric Pickles, who is in charge of the government's flood defence, said the government had relied too much on the Environment Agency's advice and the flood-hit Somerset levels should have been dredged. "I apologise unreservedly and I'm really sorry that we took the advice. We thought we were dealing with experts." But as the agency increased the number of severe warnings from 2 to 16, it said it was putting all its energy and focus into protecting people and property until the danger has passed. It said the 14 severe, risk to life, warnings along the Thames in Berkshire and Surrey between Datchet and Shepperton Green were issued because river levels would continue to rise for at least 24 hours and homes were expected to flood. It also has more than 160 lesser flood warnings, the majority in the southeast, the east, the Midlands and southwest. BBC News correspondent Bernardo in Datchet said the Thames appeared to be rising and its levels were already higher than in 2003 when the area last experienced flooding. Armed forces are in the area building a 2 feet high, 60 centimeters, defence to try to divert the river away from homes. Tina McFarlane, 70, from the Buckinghamshire town of Mallow, which borders the Thames, said she was confined to the upstairs of her house and was without electricity. "I can't get out of the house as the water is too deep for my waders, and it's getting dangerous," she told the BBC. "It's not only the Somerset levels that are suffering. We're feeling very isolated, no one is giving us any information." Bridge closed. Recent rainfall in the Somerset levels has meant water levels have increased by about 1/4 of an inch, 0.6 centimeters, an hour in the village of Boroughbridge. The main rail route into Devon and Cornwall remains cut off by problems caused by flooding and storm damage, but a line from Somerset to Exeter closed by a landslip at Crooken on Saturday has reopened. In other developments, about 20 residents are being rescued by firefighters from a caravan park next to the River Thames near Northmoor in Oxfordshire, which has become flooded for the second time in 5 weeks. Worcestershire County Council is urging people to avoid the centre of the city. They are closing the main road bridge in the city centre due to flooding as the River Severn continues to rise. West Berkshire Council says it has not evacuated any homes yet, but fire crews and council workers have helped people move furniture upstairs. Rest centres that are on standby. Dutch and US experts attended a meeting in Downing Street to discuss longer-term solutions to alleviating flooding and flood risk. Roads have been closed by flooding and fallen trees in Wales, where 64,000 properties were left without electricity after power cuts. Rail passengers between London and Kent are facing fresh disruption because of a landslip at Mepham in Kent. The railway line between Exeter and London Paddington, via Newbury, will reopen on Monday, 1st Great Western says. Reserve soldiers of 7th Battalion the Rifles were called in to dam a breach in the Kennet Canal which threatened an electrical substation near Burfield, south of Reading. The Met Office says the wind and rain will ease into Monday, though falling temperatures will mean some wintry showers. But forecasters say there is no real end in sight to the bad weather, with another area of low pressure reaching the UK on Monday night and into Tuesday, bringing more heavy rain. Tuesday could see as much as 30 millimetres, 1 in, fall in Wales and the southwest of England, with more heavy rain expected on Wednesday and Thursday.